Hello friend, welcome to the Related Pod YouTube channel. This video detailing about why your competitor is up to something but what use analysis of competing hypothesis ACH to crack the case. So let's start my video. Connor Bond on Monday, October 24, 2022. Reading time 11 minutes. Imagine you lead the intelligence function at a CRM software company. One day you notice that your closest competitor has recently published a couple blog posts about contracts and document management which is out of the ordinary for them. The first explanation that comes to your mind in the building an is a signature solution, and that called absolutely be the case. That's a perfectly plausible explanation, but it's not the only explanation, is it? Given what you know at this point, say it's actually valid to conclude what that your competitor is not building a solution but rather acquiring one, or maybe they are getting ready to announce an integration or partnership, or maybe they are simply trying to grow their website traffic by ranking by for a new group of keywords. So you get four different explanations of what going on. Each of them is valid, and each of them demands of different proactive response from your company, and the clock is ticking. Where do you go from here? How do you determine which explanation is most likely to be the hard truth? One option is to use a technique called analysis of competing hypothesis. Need competitive intelligence best practices use or free tool. How to use analysis of competing hypothesis ACH to predict and prepare for your competitors next big move. At the core of CACH is a simple matrix like the one you see below, where each column is one of your hypotheses, and each row in is a relevant observation or piece of intelligence. For the sake of the example, let's assume that after you come up with the four hypotheses or more on this process later, you want out and found two more relevant pieces of intel. In addition to the blog content, 6 months ago, your competitor raised $200 million in Series E founded. Two not long after the announcement of their sales series, he found around they hired a strategist with experience reading build versus buy initiatives. To use the matrix, start with the first piece of intel. Ask yourself if we know for a fact that our competitor was building an e-sign signature solution, would we expect them to publish content about document management? The answer is yes. So well, put a plus sign in the corresponding cell. Next, if we know for a fact that our competitor was acquiring an e-signature solution, would we expect them to publish content about document management? Yes, we would add a plus sign. How about if they are were creating an integration or partnership? Yes, in that case, we expect them to publish this content, and the same would be true if they were simply trying to grow their website traffic and two more plus signs. So it's a trend that your first observation, the blog content supports all four hypotheses is no. We already know this that this observation support all four hypotheses is precisely why you are doing this exercise in the first place. But I wanted to make sure you saw the visual of a single row with nothing but plus signs. When you use ACH for real and see a single row with nothing but plus signs, that tells you that this particular piece of intel is not going to get you any closer to the truth. So it's time to move on the next observation. Ask yourself if we know for a fact that our competitor was building an e-signature solution, would be expect them to use financial capital? Yes, you need money to do R&D, hire engineers, and so on. Add a plus sign. Obviously, if you know for a fact that your competitor was making an execution, you could expect them to use financial capital. Add another plus sign. Here's where things get interesting. If you know for a fact that your competitor was creating an integration or partnership, would you expect them to use financial capital? Not necessarily. An initiative like that certainly requires time and energy, but not the kind of money you can to build a product from scratch or acquire a company. Therefore, the $200 million Series E is not applicable to the integration and partnership hypothesis. Using the same logic, it's not applicable to the website traffic hypothesis CDR. One more observation to assess if your competitor were building something that they called just was easily you expect them to hire someone with experience leading build versus buy initiative. Absolutely. And the same will be true if they were buying something that they would just easily build at two plus signs, because the hiring of this strategist seems to alright outright the undermine or third and fourth hypothesis. We are going to file in the last two cell with minus signs. Well done. Using ACH, your narrowed it down to the two most plausible hypotheses. Given what you know at this point, it seems likely that your competitor is either building or acquiring an e-signature solution, creating early varying systems for your remaining hypothesis. From here, your next step is to ask yourself a slightly different version of the question you're been asking yourself this whole time. If it's true that your competitor is building a solution, what else can you expect to observe going forward? Alternatively, if it's true that your competitor is acquiring a solution, what else can you expect to observe going forward? I suggest answering this question using a diagram: hypothesis, solution, building solution. Open job racks for product managers and engineers. Hire e-signature industry veteran. Customer mention beta offering in reviews per decision rates. Hypothesis 2, acquiring solution. Open job racks for change management experts. Open job racks for M&A legal experts. This diagram, simple though it may be, is a very powerful tool. Know us an early warning system if one or more of the items listed on the left hand side actually occurs. You can safely assume that your first hypothesis is correct. Your competitor is building a solution if one or more of the items on the right hand side actually occurs. So go with your second hypothesis. Your next step, take your ECH matrix and T diagram to your senior stakeholders is in sales, marketing, product, and customer success, and bringing them up to speed. Show them how you narrowed it down to the two most likely scenarios, and tell them what you are looking out for moving forward. That then start working with them on contingency plans until you catch with of a silver bullet piece of intel like a Bretta offering hypothesis 1 or a change manager job rex hypothesis 2. You need to prepare your internal teams for both the build scenario and the execution scenario. Worst case, you learn the truth along with everyone else in the world. When the big event actually happens, but as far as worst case scenarios go, that's pretty and one, because no matter that what you already done the prep work. So that is a naturalist is analysis of competing hypothesis, a simple yet powerful way to. Now, one, keep yourself from jumping to the first calculation that comes to mind. Two, identify gaps in your intelligence and create an early warning system. And three, ensure that when you go to your stakeholder with a prediction or two compelling predictions, you are able to show your growth process and define your works. Now, there's one last question we need to address. What if you had considered the acquisition hypothesis? For the sake of our ACH example, we assumed that you had thought of every possible explanation. But what if you hadn't considered the execution hypothesis? In that case, the ICH matrix would lead you to the conclusion that your competitor was building a solution. And what if that had been the wrong conclusion? You worked in with your senior stakeholders to prepare for a product launch only to get blindsided by an execution. It's true for ACH to work. You need to consider every explanation for what you are observing. The best way to do that is to lob in your most trusted languages as soon as you realize that your competitor is up to something. Brainstorm hypothesis with them until you are confident that you are collectively both of everything. From there, you should have what you need to start looking for relevant pieces of intel and filling out the left hand party of your matrix. To recap, here the steps by step process you should follow as soon as you realize that your competitor is up to something. 1. Brainstorm hypothesis with your most trusted colleagues. 2. With your hypothesis in mind, search for relevant pieces of information. Focus your search by asking if X were true, what would I expect this competitor to do? 3. Fill out your matrix using the process outlined above. 4. Its step 3 does not lead to you to a single possible hypothesis. Look at each of your remaining hypotheses and ask yourself if this is true. What else can we expect to observe? Create an early warning diagram. 5. Use your matrix and your early warning diagram to bring your senior stakeholders up to speed. Work with them on contingency plans. Keep your eye out for the silver bullets outlined in your T diagram, and remember, even if you don't see any of them, you already put your company in an excellent position. Happy analyzing. Competitive intelligence best practices tailored to your needs. Connor Bond is on the marketing team at Carry On. If your weather reason you were to rip his headphones off his head and put them on yourself, you probably had weekend friends और चार्ली XCX. सो दोस्तों, आज की वीडियो के लिए सिर्फ इतना ही। मिलता हूँ आपसे अगली वीडियो के अंदर, तब तक के लिए बाय।